What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. So, a couple things I want to cover about Chantal in this latest McDonald's mukbang. The first thing I want to say is this video was so much better suited for their couples channel. And this is what happens when you try to spin too many plates. When you've got an ASMR channel that you haven't uploaded into in 2 weeks, when you've got a couples channel that hasn't seen a video in 5 days, and when you're steadily trying to create content for your main channel, which provides more exposure than the other two combined. They went to the Kuwait Towers as one of their first vlogs. And in fact, they reused the footage when times were tough for content and made a extended cut of it, if you will. So twice on their couples channel, they'd shown the Kuwait Towers. And in front of that is this McDonald's. And they actually went up in the towers. They showed the McDonald's. They kind of made it into a big deal. So it's interesting to me that when you have those ties available, you're not actually using them. Now, the other aspect of this I want to talk about is the last 2 weeks. And clearly the direction on her channel has changed. The No More Nashies cartoon, 9,000 views. The Q&A, 10,000 views. And then just imagine what's been ate in terms of calories. We start with cheating on my diet, Raising Cane's, 16,000 views. Anti-diet mukbang. So from cheating on my diet to anti-diet eating, 16,000 views, 12 days. The fish and rice, 10,000 views, 6 days. Eating a massive plate of noodles, 17,000 views, 5 days. And then let's just go through the last 4 days, 5 days together. KFC, Burger King, whole chicken, McDonald's breakfast. The reason I say I don't want to say what I'm about to is because I respect those that aren't here, and I respect the person that is still here. But Salah is giving off a lot of Gene vibes. He obviously sees at this point that the eating content is what's going to generate the most income. And the content that they're making really doesn't make a lot of sense. When you boil this down, number one, you're critiquing McDonald's, right? You're not critiquing like a new menu item, something that just came out, something that's only available there. You're critiquing McDonald's breakfast. I mean, it's literally been a staple in everyone's life. McDonald's is one of the most well-known, if not the most well-known brands, but certainly one of the most well-known restaurants in the world. So the fact that you're sitting there and critiquing this and its freshness astonishes me. I've never heard someone in a McDonald's say, it's so fresh. Yet Salah does. It's McDonald's. It's processed food. I also want to ask, is water ever an option? Has she ever just said, you know what, I'll have water? It always has to be soda, juice. And for that matter, every time I go to McDonald's, afterwards I feel awful. Like, we all know at this point, you know, there is some mental and emotional connection to the restaurant, right? We all went there more than likely when we were kids. We all have good memories there. I, for one, if you remember, they used to have a birthday cake. And the birthday cake, it was a sheet cake, was delicious, right? They used to actually have like those little mini cookies. Remember those little mini chocolate chip cookies? They were so good, right? They're long gone. They haven't made them in probably a decade at this point. They're so good. But I mean, I'll always remember those. I'll always tie those memories to McDonald's. We all have a connection that makes us go there, makes us crave it every so often. But the fact of the matter is, most of the time after you've eaten there, you don't feel all that great. So the fact that she goes there and acts as if it's a world-class establishment. And the reason I see so many connections to Gene is, if Salah really cared about Chantal losing weight, if he really cared about her health, he wouldn't take her to McDonald's, right? You don't need to look at the menu and the nutritional value to know that's not the place to take her to. And you certainly, I would question would bring her all the food that he has over the last couple of days. And I know someone's going to say, these videos could have been filmed over 2 months for all we know. Well, the reality is they haven't done a gym vlog, so we know that hasn't happened. They could have easily filmed the gym vlogs, right? So it kind of works both ways. It's a two-way street. You know, I know in the other video she said she was totally, giving up healthy lifestyle because it's too challenging, it's too difficult. I know in the past video she was saying that she wasn't smoking around the hamster when clearly she was. But at this point, when I look at the two of them, not just in what Salah is doing, but how he's doing it. There is a moment at the end of this vlog where he almost takes her out like you would a child into the play area. And it's almost like they just disregard her, I guess her size is the only way to put it. Should she be jumping around? Should she be running around? Probably not. I mean, let's be honest. She is a very strong individual just based on the amount of mass that she moves. And I mean that with all due respect. When Foodie stands up, when she walks, she's carrying easily 350 pounds, right? Go out and put, 200 pounds on your back and see how much you want to walk around, right? To that point, though, her body still has to hold all that up. So is, jumping off balance from one step to another step really the wisest choice? I mean, we already heard when Pete's had to air dry her after her surgery. Do we really feel Salah's going to do that? I don't. It just seems to me like she wanted to get married so bad. She wanted to prove that someone wanted her so bad that she's in this situation, right? The most productive thing they could do is go to McDonald's. And then to draw the video out, play in the play area. And it's not like this was a one-time thing. This was followed by 4 videos straight of fast food. I mean, at this point, you're trolling, right? At this point, beyond the shadow of a doubt, you're doing this just to generate clicks. That's why I titled a couple videos back, that she's just given up. This is it. The ship has sailed. She's realized that the only value she has as a creator is a spectacle, a mukbang content, eating, right? And the bad part about it is Salah now has realized and accepted that. And I think we all know once that happens, there's no hope. There's no going back. You're not trying to reinvent yourself beyond this. It's a shame because there's times where she genuinely can be funny. And I think we've all seen that. There's times when she genuinely can tell a story and have it mildly amusing, right? Whether the story's true or not, I don't care. I'm just saying there's times where she's been entertaining. But to see her just kind of give in to the vice and to have a partner willing to go shuttle the food to her and take her to the food when he can't do that, it's just a bit much given what we've seen in this community. So, I don't know. I would honestly love to know your guys' thoughts on this, though. Is this too much? Is this where you're going to stop watching? Because I think at some point, there's an audience that she's built that is not about watching her sit and eat. They were about the drama, the natter, the facade of the marriage. And I just don't see, maybe short term people will stick around, but long term, I just don't know that this is going to captivate that many people that are currently on her channel for what was far different content than this. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching this video. I will be back as soon as I can with more content.